You're seeing this because the signs have all been there and the universe has been super loud recently. You've been almost forced into a bit of a hermit mode where it's like you are just sitting on the sidelines watching a game, and the game is just everybody else doing their thing and you're just there to observe. You're just here to watch. A lot of you may be wanting to get in on the action. You're actually in a manifestation process right now, which is why you've been kind of pulled out onto the sidelines. But you are probably feeling a little anxious, like you want to get to work, like you want to do things. But it's very interesting here where I have both this Weaver, which is a manifestation card, and the Ten of Trees. This relates to the Page of Swords in a traditional deck, where it's like you have all this manifestation potential. It's just you have to grow into, like, you know, you see in the traditional deck, it's that guy holding a really big sword, and it's like you have to grow into the ability to master and handle like the tools that you've been given, which seem almost bigger than you. And it's interesting that I have this Ten of Pentacles here, that this is like mastery, fulfillment, you having built a city. It's also 111 on my timer. This is also a marrying of the spirit and the ego. So this is very much mastery over yourself, that whatever it is that you've been manifesting has called a lot from you. It's interesting that this is coming in where you've been kind of pulled out to the sidelines to sort of like sit a little bit and observe. You're actually doing a lot of integrating of all this work that you've been doing. You put your manifestations into the world. It actually had all this power, and it's created this, and you're fully integrating what it means to be this version of you that walks through life with this kind of balance, with this kind of power, because that's a very powerful position to be in, to have a mastery over yourself in such a way where you're not too much in your ego and not too much in your spirit, because both of them, in an unbalanced way, whether you're too much one or the other, can be detrimental. You've learned to walk this fine line, right? That's, I would say that's what most of life is learning to walk a very fine line, and then you're dealing with things that try to get you off course. And that's what you've been noticing a lot recently, are the signs around you of people who've been observing you. And obviously it's late October and we're going into November. If you've been seeing flies around, right, that's kind of, depending on where you are, in your bit of like a colder climate, it's unusual, but that's a sign for you that people have been monitoring you. And you've been aware of this, you've been seeing the signs, you can almost feel the presence, right? Because things have been very tapped in recently. You may feel very tapped in with your intuition at this point in time. That's part of this mastery that you've achieved, is your body has become like a very attuned instrument to energies around you, which again is this marrying of ego and spirit, of body and soul, that kind of thing. And you can almost feel the presence of people that want to reach out to you, that want to say something to you, or the people that have just been watching you without saying anything. And you're actually learning a new way to navigate this, where maybe when you started off on this journey, when you first started putting these manifestations into the world, that could have been like a limiting belief or a block that came up, is these people around you, what they're saying, what they're thinking, even though you already kind of understand what it is. And like I said in my last reading, is that those who have time to like sit and judge others, they aren't doing enough with their life or their time. We don't have a lot of time here, so you should be spending it on yourself, not on tearing others down. That if you're going to be paying attention to other people, it should be to build them up, to support them. Anything that's put out negatively is just not a waste for the other person, but a waste for you, because you get everything sent back to you. Where I have this Mender card here, this is like Queen of Cups energy. So you've actually been doing a lot of healing around this, around the people in your life, around the people that may not be sending you or have the best intentions for you. You're starting to see that it is actually, like it is free energy, literally, that they take time out of their day to observe you. You know, like we have a finite amount of time here, you know, depending on how you want to look at it, obviously. But our time here in this vessel is set for our purpose and for our mission. And that if people are taking time away from theirs to like observe you, but in a negative way, to criticize you, to judge you, like you're the one who's actually won here, because that means you're doing something right. If someone sees you as more important than what they were put here to do. And you've been doing a lot of healing around this, and you may actually be discovering your own nature due to this. I kept hearing like intimidation in my head, and this may be something that you didn't experience or didn't understand right off the bat, is like why these people observe you but don't say anything, or don't come forward, and it's because of an intimidating energy you put out, specifically where we're in Scorpio season, that could be brought to your attention, but through this healing way that you may not see yourself this way, but you're starting to understand that like it's a bit of a cowardly perspective to like sit to the side and like observe someone so closely in such a negative manner, but not say anything or not speak up, or like that's weird behavior and that's cowardly behavior, and you're starting to understand that and see it from a more healed perspective. And it's interesting where I've got this Karma in reverse, Ace of Embers in reverse, and Six of Embers in reverse. So this is, I'm seeing this almost as timing wise, is that you're sort of understanding, you're integrating that you are other people's karma here, and that it's something that they're blocking or avoiding, where it's in reverse. And I have these two in reverse, is that you act as a divine inspiration, which is what this Ace of Wands is here, and it's 555 on my timer. So you're like a catalyst for change in people's lives with this divine inspiration, leading them towards a victory. Like if they pay attention to you and they want to follow what you do, they will find themselves in a victory. But where all of these are in reverse, they're kind of where you're doing the healing work around this lesson. These people haven't really integrated that yet. They haven't seen that whatever is triggered by you in them is actually a key to their freedom, and to a success for them. That it's like they're so magnetized to you for a reason, and it's to get out of their ego, get out of their own way, and see what the true meaning is behind that. That you actually have something to offer, and that they could learn from you, that kind of thing. But you're definitely doing a lot of healing around this now, and it's a huge win for you, which is why you've been put to the back, or what feels like put to the back a little bit. And I love that I have this Composer at the back of my deck, and it's because you're being pushed into a much more playful energy, that you've been working really hard, and the universe kind of wants to sit you on the sides. You can flow a bit more. This is a card that works with a lot of flow, and it's very childlike energy, that you've laid the foundation and you don't have to be grinding as hard anymore, because you have achieved a certain level of mastery in your life. And now it's time for you to like sit back and enjoy what it is that you've created, and then flow from that state. That it's to see that you have put the work in and built the life of your dreams, and now it's time for you to operate from within that space. So congratulations, and if this resonates with you, let me know. If you would like a personal reading either on this reading or anything else, you can head to the link in my bio. They're in my Etsy shop. I also have personal meetings available outside of tarot if you just wanted to talk to me. I know a lot of you guys have been reaching out to me asking about that. You can book that, link in my bio, and also check out my Substack while you're there. Thanks, guys.